Boys! Welcome to this Fallout Games tier list. I'm gonna tell you which game is the worst, no sugarcoating, and which game is the best with maximum glaze. So stick around to see how I rank your favorite Fallout game. And if you haven't played any games, watch me tell you what game you should play and which you should definitely stay away from. Okay, it's gonna be great. So before we get into it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, bro. And if you don't, I'm gonna stick Preston Garvey underneath your bed tonight.
I got word of a settlement that needs our help.
Okay, let's get into it. First of all, we're gonna hit it off the bat right now. We're starting with the original game. Fallout 1 is going into A tier. This game is amazing. The story's amazing. The writing's amazing. The comedy's great. The atmosphere, the maps, crisp and delightful. Seriously, this game is so good. I've heard people say, oh, it's difficult. All of it's too hard for me. I can't make it past the rat guy, the guy who died to the rats. Shut up, you cretin. You useless garbage. Put 9 points into luck, put 9 points into agility, and put 9 points into intelligence, and Fallout 1 would suddenly become the easiest game known to man. This is the Zenith. This is the boy that started it all. They brought traits, they brought perks, they brought everything that made Fallout good. So it only made sense that the company that made Fallout 1 went bankrupt. I'd recommend Fallout to anybody who's played New Vegas 3 or even 4 and wants a taste of where that succulent Fallout juice came from. Moving on to Fallout 2. Yes, we're going chronological. Oh, is it in Brotherhood of Steel? No. Is it in B? Nah. Is it in C? No. Is it in B? A? Maybe. No. It's in S, where the game belongs. Impeccable story, impeccable writing, impeccable enclave. Soldier, where is your power armor? Whew, this game is so good. Pop culture references, luck is still overpowered as ever. Power armor makes a return, somehow even better than before. Fallout 2 was one of the best games I've played. And people say, oh, the tutorial was too long. Bam, get a single mod and it solves it all. Now get out of here, boy. Moving on to Fallout Tactics. What the f*** were they doing with this one? Fallout Tactics is just the weird, little, unwashed, filthy, stinky, or attention-seeking boy that tries to be different. Look at me, I'm combat instead of story. Look at me, I don't have any real dialogue options. Shut up. I'd slap Fallout Tactics into the C tier where it belongs. Play this game if you really like the Fallout 1 and 2 combat for some reason. C tier game! Moving on to Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. The game looks dirty, the game smells dirty, it's all like grimy and stinky, slimy, like some sewage water. I cannot believe this game is set in the same universe as these gold. Oh, bring it back down to the lowest possible tier where this sewage water belongs compared to this pure gold. If I was a parent and my kids were Fallout 2, 1 and Brotherhood of Steel, I would chain up Brotherhood of Steel to their bed, only feeding them gruel and rotten potatoes to make sure they get punishment for being born into the world the way they were. It's a bad game. Bad combat, bad story, bad dialogue, bad everything. It is not what a Fallout game is. So get it out of here. Moving on, still chronologically, is going to be Fallout 3. Whoa, look at Fallout 3. B tier, possibly low C tier. Okay. Nostalgia. This game has trash combat. I mean, actually, it's alright. Everything explodes into a bloody mess, which is cool in the first 2 times, but then you realize that ragdolls are infinitely more funny than guts can ever be. It's also piss easy. You could play Fallout 3 with your feet. I'm not joking, somebody actually has done that. Rest in peace, Mitten Squad. We'll forever miss you. And this list is dedicated to you right now, man. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Seriously though, tragic. Moving on! Fallout 3 doesn't have the best story. It's good at the start, but then, oh my god, the final act is trash. Stick it in B tier, where it belongs. I would recommend it after you've played some of these beautiful games. Seriously though, power armor is way worse than Fallout 1 and 2. It just feels like a clunky piece of metal armor. Like I'm wearing a big pair of metal PJs. Traits, oh, they don't exist. Perks, oh, trash now. Skills, practically useless. But hey, the game's still pretty good. It nails the atmosphere and the wasteland aesthetic. Oh my god. Moving on! It deserves its B tier. Now, Fallout New Vegas, in my opinion, is the best Fallout game. It keeps the story of 2 and 1. It keeps the dialogue of 2 and 1. It keeps the characters of 2 and 1. And it gives you 3D, FPS, gameplay, combat, weapons, better comedy, even better than Fallout 1 and 2. DLCs, way better than Fallout 1 and 2 because they didn't exist over there. Quest markers, oh my god. Character faces that don't look like they came from my worst, hellish, demonic nightmares summoned from Beelzebub himself. Fallout New Vegas is amazing, and I would highly recommend it to anybody trying to get into the series because it keeps that comedy, it keeps that story, it keeps the dialogue, it improves the combat, it gives you the FPS wasteland aesthetic and atmosphere, and the droning music and soundtrack. The perks are so good, the traits come back and they're better than ever. Oh, I'm glazing too hard. It is an amazing game. In fact, it deserves its own tier list. It deserves its own tier list of S+. In fact, S++++, because this game is so goddamn good. I have easily poured over 300 hours into it in 1 to 2 playthroughs. It is amazing, and I would highly recommend it to anybody. Okay, moving on from the glaze. Fallout Shelter is not a real Fallout game. It's a mobile game. It belongs in the D tier. D for absolutely dog shit. Monkey worthy. Anyway, moving on to Fallout 76. Now, they did add an update. The Wastelanders update that did add NPCs, which did help with the boring, tedious gameplay and trash story and dialogue by actually adding some. But boy, does this game end up not being that good, okay? The gameplay's not that good. The story's not that good. The dialogue's not that good. It's a bit convoluted. And I know they were trying to innovate with that multiplayer. But look at your brother. Look at your... No, not even your brother. Look at your weird cousin. Like the cousin that really wants to make out with you. You belong in the same tier as it. Or just below Fallout 3. Because you are not that good. Same with the perk system. It's weird. Now, for the final game. Fallout 4 is going into a respectable A tier. Okay? A little bit higher than Fallout 1. Maybe not. Okay? It has got an alright story, an alright dialogue, way worse perks, and no more traits again. But the game is absolutely accessible. I'm pretty sure a blind, paralyzed toddler with no mobility in his legs on a tricycle could play this game to a good extent. If you gave him Fallout, he'd start crying in the first 2 seconds. If you gave him Fallout 4, well, he wouldn't care. because he'd pick up the deliverer pistol and he'd mow down every single raider and super mutant alike instantly. So I would have to put Fallout 4 into A tier for its accessibility, good gameplay, better graphics, 3D, it's modern, less crashes, all of it. It makes it a pretty good game. But that is pretty much it for my Fallout definitive tier list. It is absolutely amazing. Wait, I think we have one more game. The subscribe button. Oh, come on, that's gotta go in S tier, guys. Please subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. And I truly recommend these games in that order to anybody new and old into the Fallout franchise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see ya. Peace!